like I make money and like I have everything I want. I mean, I have like an apartment, I have a great car, I have like, I can't really complain, but there's still like emptiness inside of me sometimes.
Dear listeners, today we bring the story of a woman who believes that her internet followers are her true family and as a result loses her real family only to be lonely and about to hit the wall. Dear subscribers, we have crossed 2,500 subscribers and are racing towards our first 3,000 subscribers. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications for our latest story. Share a like if you like this story. Let's start with the story.
My name is Paul. I am 35-year-old and work as a consultant at a local bank. My ex-wife Maria, 30-year-old, was a stay-at-home wife and she was an internet celebrity in her own mind. I met her at a local gym. She has always been into fitness. I was there just to try and stay fit. We met in an aerobic session and I loved the way she was able to move her hips. I was smitten and asked her out for a date. She laughed at first and rejected. I did not give up and tried for the next 2 weeks for a date. Eventually she agreed. I took her to Cheesecake Factory for a dinner date and later took her to my place for a night of passion. I was not very serious at first as she was easy and I was able to take her on the first date, but over a period of time, we kept meeting and after dating for 2 years, I proposed. She agreed. We got married in a small event and we had very close friends and family with us. Our honeymoon was amazing. I took her to Seychelles. She donned a yellow bikini and I used to love the sight of water dripping from her legs. I felt like I had the perfect wife that was both intelligent and sexy. After the honeymoon, we decided that we will plan kids after 3 years of marriage. Until then it was time to just have fun and strengthen our relationship. She took over the household and I took as the one to earn money. I know that taking care of the house is a boring job, as there is no one to talk to and it's just working all day and watching TV. So, in a few weeks Maria did complain about the same. I asked if she can pick up a hobby or if she wants to work. She stated she does not want to work and will look for a hobby. She then started with TikTok. I was a bit surprised and asked if that is a hobby. She stated that she wants to be a vlogger and start a new channel. I did not bother on that and agreed. She created a new TikTok account and started putting up videos. I liked her videos. She used to put nice videos of her working around the house and some cooking videos and some jokes and some dances that she used to do. The comments, however, I never liked them. There were many men who just used to comment on her body and some of them used to send some very nasty comments. Some requested for her to strip and dance for them. I had a word with Maria and asked her if she can shut the comment section. She then stated that there will be some nasty people but majority were good people. Indeed, she was right. I have seen some very nice comments as well. So, I did not object and did not find anything wrong here. However, a few weeks down the line I started noticing some very drastic changes in Maria's behavior. I observed that while alone in the kitchen, she used to laugh and at times used to sob. When I walked up to her she used to hide it and said that she was just practicing some act. I ignored it first but later I was getting worried. I had a word with her mother and she asked me to ignore it as Maria used to do that when she was a kid. I could not shake up that weird feeling that I had when she did that. I had a word about that with a close friend and he stated that some people do talk to themselves and it is normal. So, I decided to give it some rest and move on. A few days later, I saw Maria talking in a video addressing the viewers as family and talking about her day. I was in the camera for a split second and moved out. A few minutes later, Maria came down on me. She screamed at me stating that I ruined her video. I held up my hand and handed the bunch of roses to her. It was our anniversary. She took the flowers and threw back at me and walked out of the room. I was angry and heartbroken. That night Maria tried to come to me and apologized. I did not talk to her and just slept. It was our first anniversary. Now ruined forever. I was angry and I did not speak to her in the morning and just left for office. I came back home to see Maria in a very revealing top and dancing to the song Buttons. I was angry and shouted at her. She quickly closed the video and stated that it was not being published and it was for me. I rebuffed her and just walked out of the room. That night when Maria was asleep, I checked her phone. I saw multiple messages where she was asked to strip and dance. I then saw a few messages where she had sent some pictures of her cleavage to other men. I took screenshots and sent it my phone. Next morning, I asked her to sit with me for a discussion. I told her that she needs to stop her account as it is corrupting her. She shot back stating that her followers are her family and she just wants to make them happy. I told her that her body is not to please her family. Then I brought up the pictures that she had shared. She screamed at me saying that I invaded her privacy. I told her that I am your husband and your cleavage is not a tourist attraction, that it can be used as a postcard. I shot back, your privacy means nothing to me as every inch of your body belongs to me and vice versa. I don't go out putting my naked pictures for display for my so-called family. We had a huge fight and by the end of the fight, I delivered a clear message. My name is not Will Smith and you are no Jada Pinkett, so I don't sit back and watch you get pumped by Chad and Tyrone. Make your choice, it's your husband or the door leading to the streets. By the morning, I was alone in my house. I called her mother and told her about the fight. She was upset and I could hear her sobbing on the other side. She later asked me to reconsider and talk to Maria. I told her that I have tried, but to no avail. We hung up and I went to a lawyer. I had not yet decided to divorce her, but I wanted to check my options. I reached back home and there was a man standing outside my house. I walked up to him and he handed me an envelope. I had been served. I was holding divorce papers in my hand. I called my lawyer and shared the copy with him. He stated that Maria was planning to divorce you while you were looking for your options. Luckily, I do not have any joint account and do not own any property. I moved all my money to my mother and asked her to keep it safe with her. It took a few months and we were separated and walked our own ways. While walking out of the court, Maria yelled at me saying that I will die alone and will live a lonely, miserable life. I laughed and shot back stating we will see. I did not have to wait long. She soon dropped this video.
I've honestly been feeling I'm gonna start crying. I am gonna start crying. I've been feeling super weird lately, like, these past 2 days, I've been like really emotional and I don't know why. I feel like I've been feeling really like I'm in my own bubble and like nobody knows I exist. And like obviously I do have like my internet friends and everything, but like in the real world I feel like I don't have anybody right now. Oh my god, people are staring at me. This is so embarrassing. Oh my god, I think I have to leave the parking lot, the Target parking lot, because I'm like me crying in the car and complaining that people are staring at me, like, bye. But no, let me calm down so I don't look all crazy. Just like these past few days, I've been feeling really like alone and antisocial. And I'm usually always like this, but these past days it's been like super like intense. And then I feel like I brought this upon myself.
Lonely and depressed. It's just the wall coming closer to hit you in the face. From being in the safety of your home, here you are crying in a car parking. A few days later I got a call from a common friend stating that Maria is now working as a stripper and is also on OnlyFans and making good money. She stated that she posted a video of her earning money for her rent. Here is the video.
5,100 is kind of like my number right now of the week. So I'm gonna go to work today because rent is due tomorrow and my rent is pretty expensive. So I need to go work because half of that money a little bit more than half that money is going to my rent. So I need to go to work today, even though I'm super tired. I feel like I've been working a lot, but I'm just gonna go. When you work really hard towards your goals and your dreams, it's kind of like going up a mountain. And it sounds corny or like cliche, but it's true. Like, you're working towards this mountain, and sometimes you shed things off. You shed friends, or they'll leave you. Climbing towards this mountain, and you look down and you're like, oh shit, I don't have anyone, but like, I'm working hard towards what I want. But you look back and no one's there anymore.
Showing off that body and getting loving comments can get you some cheap thrills, but is that body going to last long? There may be many men who would pay to see you or even pay to clap those cheeks, but how many will marry you? The wall is coming closer. The money train can take you up the mountain, but you will be lonely and no friends. You know better. It did not take time to find herself lonely.
Christmas is coming up and all that, so it's like getting cold, it's getting darker, out faster. But I've been feeling really depressed lately, and I feel like I always say this. Like, when I was crying in the car in that one video, like, I was like so depressed. But then it kind of like went away, and then it kind of comes back, and right now I feel like I'm in a slump again, and I don't know what to do. So I'm feeling frustrated. I obviously don't want to feel like this, but I have like no motivation. Does anyone else feel like that? I don't know what I mean. Also, I'm like, am I depressed because I still am single? Because my standards are like, and sometimes I'm like, should I lower my standards because I'm feeling a little bit lonely right now? But then I'm like, no, never. Can't think like that. Still single, not really ready to mingle.
Yes, there will be no takers for strippers and OnlyFans content creators. Only Chad and Tyrone are interested, but only for a pump and dump session.